All right, folks. So here's an honest review as to why my wife, as well as myself, are rocking a Pixel 7 versus a Pixel 7 Pro. First, I'll go over the specs. Pixel 7 versus the 7 Pro. The 7 Pro, the key advantages here are obviously you have that um, telephoto lens that you don't get on this, and it does have some pretty amazing capabilities when zooming 10x, 15x, if it even goes up to 30x, which is pretty awesome. But if you don't zoom a lot on your camera phones, you're not taking photos of objects that are specifically far away at all times, or very rarely, I don't see the upgrade. The other upgrade is the refresh rate on the screen. On the Pixel 7 Pro, you have 120 hertz refresh rate versus a 90 hertz on here. Side by side, negligible. Can barely notice it. You also do have more RAM on the Pixel 7 Pro. It's 12 gigabytes versus your 8 on the Pixel 7. The other differences, as far as hardware are concerned, are zilch. There's really no difference. Now, as far as aesthetics are concerned, you do have, instead of a brushed aluminum, you have a polished aluminum, which I'm not actually a fan of on the 7 Pro series. I actually like this brushed aluminum primarily because it actually blends in with the side as far as the actual casing of the device. So I think they do a better job. Aesthetically, I like the looks of this better. I do like that hazel color though in the 7 Pro, but aside from that, the only difference that I noticed, and I don't know specifically if this is a software related issue, because supposedly hardware wise they have the same front facing cameras, but I did notice that the front facing photos tended to be a little bit sharper on the Pixel 7 Pro versus the Pixel 7. Another thing that was different on the Pixel 7 Pro versus the 7 is the ultra wide. The field of view is different on the Pixel 7 Pro, so you're able to take macro shots. So that's actually a cool feature if you do like taking photos of things that are exceptionally close up. But this actually does a really good job if you zoom in on something specifically, and it can imitate a macro mode shot. So if it's something that is a make or break for you as far as the zoom capabilities and then macro, like a true macro mode, sure, the Pixel 7 Pro I can understand. But for the money, I mean, this thing retails for $599 before taxes here in the US. Google had a deal last week that was $100 off. So you're getting this phone for $499. And that's not including trade-ins. They were giving trade-ins. My wife traded in her Pixel 4a, which you can buy on Swappa right now for like 100 to 150 bucks. They were doing a $300 credit. So we ended up buying this bad boy for $300 before taxes. Not a bad deal. It was 150 off of the Pro, but the Pro standard price is obviously $899. So you're still looking at a significant amount more than what you would pay for the Pixel 7. As far as value is concerned, however, the Pixel 7, in my opinion, is the best value phone for 2022. And I say that without just nonchalantly, casually throwing that around, because I'm very picky about my devices. I actually have had this year specifically. My main phones have been iPhone 13 Pro, Pro Max, and then also the iPhone 14 Pro, and the Pixel 7 Pro, the Pixel 7. And out of these devices, I have consistently gone back and forth testing them out, seeing specifically what I do like, what I don't like. There are pros and cons about each device. Obviously with Apple, you get amazing video capabilities, but the Pixel 7s are pretty close. Other than the niche things that are more gimmicky, like the cinematic mode, it's not good on the Pixel at all. But honestly, I never used it on the iPhone 13 Pro or the iPhone 14 Pro, so not a big deal. But overall consistency and performance of the Pixel 7, as well as the 7 Pro, has been very, very good. In fact, I would say that the Pixel 7 series is what Google meant for the Pixel 6 series. All of the issues as far as Wi-Fi, cellular connectivity, bugginess, just inconsistency across the board, all that's gone with the Pixel 7 series. And I'll tell you what, again, for the price of $499, now I haven't looked this morning, but I think they went back up to $599. Even at that price, you can find these on Swappa for like $350 to $400 mint, if not new in some instances. You can't beat that. You really can't. I mean, let's be real. If you're going to try to rock a phone as far as pure hardware performance is concerned, you're going to be paying an upwards of 800 to $1,000 bucks. And that's, typically you're going to transition to, if you're staying with Android, a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, or you're going to be buying the Pixel 7 Pro. But for, those Apple fans or the guys that want the best of the best, it's just consistent across the board, you're going to be spending a minimum of $1,000. And even if you buy a used, like let's say iPhone 14 Pro, you're going to be spending anywhere between 8 to 900 bucks. And that's for one that's probably going to be locked to a specific carrier as well. These are unlocked for $499. That's insane. So, real world review, in my personal opinion, and again, I'm really particular about my devices, specifically when it comes to consistency, fluidity, and then the cameras. That's actually, the cameras are probably my litmus test. You can't beat the Pixel 7. You just can't. And so that's why I'm rocking it. I'm going to stick with it for a while. I'll probably hang on to this as my daily up until the S23 series comes out. Once the S23 series comes out from Samsung, I'll probably do a review on the S23 Ultra. I might do one on the S23, but even then, I still think this is probably going to be my go-to, like just my daily driver, because it is just that good of a device. So that's it. My wife's on it. I did a video of her. She won't let me post it, but it was pretty epic of her opening it. First time ever for her opening a new device. Yeah, it's a great device. So if you want to buy a good device, it's solid, and you're not going to break the bank, and let's be real, money's tight. I don't care who you are. That's just the way it is. This is probably the best phone you're going to be able to get for 2022.